I want to say it in much stronger terms. If we find no mention of this version of Christ in the Old Testament, Christianity cannot be true, right? If we look at the Old Testament, okay, and if we look at what the Jews believe in monotheism. They don't accept the Trinity. They don't believe that the Messiah needs to come and die for our sins. So if it's really true that 2,000 years ago, as per the Christian conception, God came down in the flesh to die for everyone's sins, God literally came to the earth, and this would be something massive. This would be something huge, momentous. So we would naturally expect that God would inform the people who he was going to come to that he was about to come. So if we don't see a mention of this Christian conception in the Old Testament, it gives us a great reason to doubt the Christian version of events, because it makes no sense that God would send so many revelations to his chosen people and wouldn't tell them that he's about to come to them to die for their sins. The second reason why the topic is very important is that the New Testament authors on many occasions say clearly that Jesus fulfills many prophecies in the Old Testament. So, for example, if you're reading John, and here it's quoting Jesus, if you believed in Moses, you would believe in me, for he wrote about me. But other prophecies are said to be a bit clearer. So, for example, in Luke, it says, thus it is written that the Christ should suffer and on the third day rise from the dead. Thus it is written. So we would expect a prophecy in the Old Testament to tell us about the Messiah dying and rising on the third day. So again, if we don't find this in the Old Testament, then we can be quite sure that this Christian conception of Jesus is not true, because the New Testament is making a claim that is not being fulfilled. And I want to say it in much stronger terms. If we find no mention of this version of Christ in the Old Testament, Christianity cannot be true. So I hope now you understand the stakes of the discussion. Either the truth value of the religion of Christianity is based on the fact that we can find clear prophecies of the Christian conception of Jesus in the Old Testament. And so that's what I want us to focus on. Now,